y'all, so I'm back. It's been a really long time since I've been able to do anything besides being in school. Initially I thought that when I started school I would be able to still keep up with like trying to do YouTube and trying to work out as much as I used to work out, spend time with friends, all those things, but that was not the case. And I just want to come on here and just talk about the 3 things that I did do. Hey y'all, so I'm back. I am now in my last semester of nursing school, which is giving me a lot of room to breathe. Right now I'm taking 1 class, I have 1 clinical and a capstone, so I'm pretty much done. I feel confident about this semester. I know I'm gonna finish. I'm feeling really good about it. So I just wanted to give a quick update and then talk about 3 things that I did to switch careers. So for an update, I really thought that when I started school, I would be able to stay up to date with my YouTubing. I thought I was going to be able to work out, an hour and a half every day like I used to, and meal prep and do all these things, but that wasn't the case for me. Nursing school is a lot harder than I thought it would be when it came to like time management. So I wasn't able to do a lot of things that I normally would do. Anywho, that's for another day. It's another story for another time. I'm here to talk about the 3 things I did to switch careers. So initially I was in telecommunications. I worked for AT&T. I did like fiber optic cable design. So I would do like design engineering from home, remote. There was a time where I spent in South Carolina doing some telecommunications work, and it was great. It was a really good experience. But eventually I thought more and more about nursing school, and I finally took the leap and decided to pursue it. So the first thing I did was I looked up all of the requirements needed to get into nursing school. And so once I saw the requirements needed and the grades that I would need to be competitive to get into school, I retook some classes. I prepared for my hesi exam and scored as high as I could score. So I was able to get all A's in those sections to make myself more competitive. The second thing that I did in order to prepare myself for nursing school and to switch careers was to get my CNA license. The local community college that I went to in Houston, Texas was Lone Star Community College, and they had like a CNA certification class, which included phlebotomy and EKG. So I applied to that program, and initially I thought I was gonna have to pay like $1,000 or something like that dollars. And once I applied, they let me know that there's a scholarship for it. So essentially, if you apply to this program, it's pretty much paid for if you just apply for the scholarship. I applied for that scholarship, I got the scholarship, and I was able to get my CNA and my phlebotomy license for free. I didn't get the EKG because I literally started school at the same time that the EKG class was beginning. So it was either, which one was more important, and that was of course nursing school. The third thing that I did was I got a job at a hospital. So I went from being a telecommunications design engineer or fiber designer to working at the hospital as a unit administrative assistant. So it was a pretty big pay cut, but I felt like it was worth it. So I went from I think I was making $29 an hour to making $20 an hour. And I did it because I was ready to change careers. And also while doing this, I was working both jobs for probably like 6 months because my job was remote in telecommunications. So I finagled my way into working both of those jobs. But like I was saying, I took a pretty big pay cut, but I did that because working at the hospital is a really good way to get into nursing, because hospitals will typically hire you if you already work for them. Also, I got tuition reimbursement, so I was able to get this job at the hospital as a secretary, essentially a unit administrative assistant is a secretary, pretty much. So So getting this job at the hospital, I went to a job fair. I was trying to get a job as like a patient care tech slash CNA, but they didn't hire me for that because I didn't have enough experience. But I just kept talking, and you know, once I'm in front of you, I'm gonna get the job. Like, so I kept just asking, well, is there anything else available? I kept telling them about my skill set, blah blah blah. I've been in school, you know what I'm trying to do. And eventually they let me know that there is a secretarial job. So I took that job, which was also pretty good because I was able to sit at my desk and study. I mean, I sit at my desk and study all day. Anyways, so me working at the hospital, I was able to get tuition reimbursement. I was able to study at my desk, and essentially I have a job once I graduate. I've already talked to my manager, and they let me know that if I wanted to start there and I work in the ICU as a secretary, then I will be able to do that. So those are my 3 things that I did to get myself prepared for a nursing career. And I felt like those were like the best moves that I could make. And I do feel like if you want to get into nursing, try to get a job in a hospital or in a clinic. And I just think it helps to propel you there. Even if you have a few setbacks, working in an environment like that is going to always remind you of your goal. And so those are my 3 things. And I hope you enjoyed that. I hope this was good advice for somebody. I really didn't have anybody when I was trying to figure out how to get into nursing. So I really was like just figuring it out on my own. But basically, the first thing you need to do is figure out your requirements for the program that you're trying to go to. Figure out the requirements. I would say to do something like a CNA or a phlebotomy course just to see if you're gonna like it, because that's why I did it. I went and did the CNA course to see if is this something for me? Can I handle this? Because I was really worried, like, am I gonna be okay around blood or needles, or am I gonna be okay around changing someone's briefs? So you have to see first. You can't just say, oh, I want to be a nurse, and then you've never really been in the environment. So like I said, the first thing you should do is check out the requirements for the program you're applying to. The second thing I would say you should do is get a CNA license or do a CNA course. And then the third thing I say you should do that would be really good is to get a job at a hospital. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm gonna post way more about what's been going on with nursing school, but like I mentioned, it's been really hard to try to juggle doing anything with like anything extracurricular was like a nap. It was a nap. I also have a 1-year-old, so literally when I found out I got nursing school, I was like 3 months pregnant. So by the time school started, my baby was like 2 months old. So I'm not gonna be dramatic about it. I have a really good support system. Like, my husband is super hands-on. I have parents. He has parents. Well, yeah, he has parents too. And so we just made it work. Not to mention, I'm just not a very, I don't complain a lot. And I always look on the bright side. So whatever roadblocks or obstacles that you have in your way of getting into nursing school, try to jump over them, try to get around them, try to break through them, but just keep going. I know that I'm not done yet, but I see the light at the end of the tunnel, and I know that I'm gonna be finished. And this is my last semester. I have way more time on my hands. Currently, I'm taking my BSN courses as well as my ADN courses. So the ADN is for the RN licensure. The BSN course is of course the bachelor's degree for the RN. And so I'm feeling really good about it. And I think if I can do it, anybody can do it, because I'm not the smartest person in the world, but I do have perseverance. And I think if you have perseverance, you can do it. So we'll talk soon. I hope that this was like a little bit informative for anybody that wants to go to nursing school. And I'll talk to y'all soon. So bye.